Happy Monday, Farmdale Foxes. It's Mrs. Villarreal, one of your vice principals, and I'm here to bring you your announcements for the week. It's August 26th, and we've got a busy week, so let's go ahead and jump right in. Our character word of the month is respect, and what respect means is following the golden rule. Treat others the way you would like to be treated. If you wouldn't like somebody to treat you a certain way, remember, don't treat them that way. And our character strategy of the month is saying please and thank you while listening attentively to others. This is our last week for this character word, so let's go ahead and make sure that we are showing respect all week long. On Wednesday, 2nd through 5th grade students are invited to come on out to the stage and listen to student council speeches. Students that are running for office are going to be giving their speeches, and they're going to tell you why you should vote for them. And then after the speeches, voting will be open, so students can cast their votes for our next Student Council Executive Board. Good luck to those students giving their speeches, and the winners will be announced on Thursday. So let's see who the winners will be. Also on Wednesday, we have a minimum day. Don't forget, on Wednesdays, we get out at 1:30, and we want to make sure you remind your parents that you get out at 1:30, so that way you're not waiting in the school office for a long time after school. So remember, minimum day on Wednesday, release time is at 1:30. Friday's a big day because it's Flagpole Friday. Join us on Friday, August 30th for Flagpole. The gates open at 8:35 for parents, and Mrs. Ellison's kindergarten class will be leading the way. Don't forget to wear your orange and navy blue or your fox gear, and we'll also be celebrating our August Students of the Month. They will be running the red carpet, so we get to see them up on stage. Parents, you are more than welcome to come, but remember to stay in that parent zone. And then once most of the classes are back in class, then we'll let the parents come and take pictures of their Students of the Month. So congratulations to those students who earned Student of the Month for the month of August and for showing respect. Just a friendly reminder, there is no school on Monday, September 2nd. You will return to school on September 3rd, which is a Tuesday. We want you to enjoy your 3-day weekend with your family. And remember, the reason for this holiday is to celebrate workers and to give them a day off because they worked hard all year. Volleyball is very popular, but we're going to have to make some changes in the morning. There's going to be one net for 4th and 5th graders, and then we're going to have one net for 1st through 3rd graders. The reason why is because we're having a lot of 1st graders trying to play with 5th graders, and that's not working out too well. So we want to make sure everybody stays safe. So yard duty will be helping you out once that's done. Remember, this is only for the AM recess, like before school starts. So one net for 4th and 5th graders, the other net will be for 1st through 3rd grade. So make sure you're listening to directions from the yard duty and make sure you play with your own grade level. We also want to add that 4th and 5th grade students, let's try not to play with the younger students in the morning. We have lots of incidents happening because our older students are playing with the younger students. They might be bumping into each other, playing a little rough. Remember, my older students, you are the older students, you're the role model. Leave the younger students alone. I know they want to play with you, but just say, I've got to play with 4th and 5th graders. 1st, 2nd, and 3rd graders, play with your own grade levels, so that way you can make sure that you stay safe and that you're not getting hurt in games like basketball and volleyball. Okay, here's my challenge for our 1st graders. We need to work on entering the cafeteria with quieter voices. Last Thursday, 1st grade, we were a little too loud. So we want you to show us that you can stand nicely in line while waiting for your food. We had lots of issues last Thursday. On Friday, your teachers walked you into the cafeteria and you did a great job. Make sure you're modeling that self-control every day and make sure you walk into the cafeteria nicely, you wait in line nicely, and remember, show respect to our cafeteria workers and use kind words like please and thank you. Last week, we announced our cross-country team. They had their practice last week. This week, they're going to start their practices on Tuesday and Thursday. So on August 27th and August 29th, cross country, you stay after school for your practices. Let's get ready for those upcoming cross country meets. Here's just another polite reminder, smartwatches of any kind are not allowed. This includes the VTech watches. So make sure you're keeping those at home. Also, cell phones off and out of sight until you are outside of the gates. If not, we have to call parents to pick them up. We don't want to do that. We don't have time for that. We don't want to take your phones. Keep them out of sight. Thank you. Basketball and soccer. This is a reminder, if you're playing too rough on the basketball court or the soccer field, you will lose the privilege to play. 4th grade, we have been playing rough on the soccer field. We are going to start removing students from the soccer field if they can't play nicely, and make sure that they're not playing too rough. So this is your warning, fourth grade. Make sure that we're playing nicely, make sure that we are not endangering others, and make sure that we are following all the rules. There have been some interesting playground games happening these last few weeks. Mrs. Robertson, myself, and Mrs. Watson walked into every single fourth and fifth grade class on Friday to talk about some of these games. So fourth and fifth grade students, you know what we're talking about. But also, just as a refresher to everyone, there should be no games played on the playground that involve hitting, tagging, or pushing. Keep your hands and feet to yourselves. Also, we want to make sure that we're keeping our foxes safe. Foxes of all ages need to remember, keep your hands to yourself. And also remember, Farmdale is a bully-free zone. So if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. Just another friendly reminder, if it doesn't belong to you, leave it alone. Backpack carts are outside. If it's not your stuff, you need to leave it alone. We have cameras everywhere that can spot you, so we can figure out who is taking things. So please leave things alone. Also, if you have something in your backpack that somebody might want to take, don't even bring it to school. It's not worth it. Keep it at home. Only bring what you absolutely need to school. Leave all the rest of the stuff at home. Next up is Live the Creed. Our goal is 7 certificates per class to get to our assembly at the end of the first trimester. So let's see where our classes stand. We had a few big letter days this week. If you want to see where your class is, pause the video. Take a look. The list is in order by grade level. We've got a lot of classes with 3 certificates. If you have forgotten to email me and let me know that you have some certificates, it's not too late. Make sure you get your names updated so that way we can get your class updated on this list. Remember, our goal is 7. All right, moving on to positive office referrals. We have Miguel from Mrs. Vang's 4th grade class. Mrs. Vang wrote a positive office referral for Miguel for showing compassion and for always being ready to help others. Miguel saw that a student was emotional and immediately went to the student to make sure that they were okay. Miguel is always looking for ways to be helpful. Thank you, Miguel, for showing us what being a fox is all about. Our attendance this week, everybody went down just a little bit, and 4th grade was the only grade level to make some gains. So keep on working, 4th grade, because you're so close to catching up to 5th grade. 5th grade is still in the lead, but 3rd grade is not far behind. So 3rd grade, let's see if you can catch them. You are so close. We can do this. So we'll see who's in the lead next week. We have a few shout outs, and our first one goes to Miss Ray and her class. Miss Ray knows her music and she knows how to use her phone quickly. Mrs. Ray won Name That Tune and was able to win a DoorDash gift card and some donuts for her entire class. Great work, Mrs. Ray, and teachers, you never know when our next Name That Tune competition will be. We have another shout out to Mrs. Ellison's class for winning the fundraising competition. Mrs. Ellison's class collected the most money in the entire school. They had lunch in the garden with Mrs. Spielman, and they also get to be the first kindergarten class to lead Flagpole for the first time in a few years. It's been a few years since a kinder class has been up there on stage, and we are so excited that Mrs. Ellison's class will be on stage on Friday. So let's be ready to cheer them on and watch them cheer on our Student of the Month recipients. Way to go, Mrs. Ellison's class. All right, now it's time for kindness ticket winners. Let's go ahead and see who our lucky 3 will be. So I'm going to go ahead. I always like to pick from the middle, so I'm going to pick from the middle, and I have Sebastian from Miss Mua's class because he helped a friend find room 43. So great job, Sebastian. Next up, we have Eleanor from Miss Vu's class for being responsible. Way to go, Eleanor. And finally, we have Fabian from Miss Ray's class, and he got a kindness ticket for being kind. So for Fabian, Eleanor, and Sebastian, Miss Spielman will be by later on this week to give you your bonus prize. And that leads us to our quote of the week. And our quote of the week comes from Mr. Downey's class. Believe it or not, this is Mr. Downey's #1 rule in his class, and that rule is just be nice. And while Miss Robertson, me, and Miss Watson were in his class sharing some things, the class shared that this is their classroom rule. And I liked it so much, I thought it should just be our quote of the week. So just be nice. All right, at the end of announcements, we'll have birthdays all the way until September 2nd. So if your birthday pops up on the slideshow, don't forget to stop by the library to get that birthday book. And that's all I've got for you. So remember to have a great week. and work hard. And remember, together we are Fox Strong. So let's go ahead and end with the Fox Creed. Are you ready? Let's get our foxes up. Let's go. To be a fox, repeat in your mind, be safe, be responsible, be respectful, and kind. If it's your birthday this week, happy birthday and have a great week.